Rodney Hinton did was amazing, and I love the fact that he ran over a random deputy and not the deputy that took his son's life, because now it's going to build accountability.
Obviously, these people have lost their minds, but it's your girl JD y'all on another episode of Conservative Black Girls. Let's get straight to the facts.
When pigs sit back and see somebody do something horrible to a random person, it's going to make them now second guess, okay, how could this affect my life if they take this person's life? And we need that type of accountability, and we need more aggressive action like this, because the peaceful protest hasn't worked in my lifetime. They laugh at it, they record it, they agitate us to make it worse. They just come bother us because it doesn't work. They think it's a joke. But when you start affecting people and taking lives, then it makes them scared. It makes them second guess things. Like with this Rodney Hinton situation, like with the guy that unalived the healthcare CEO, you just have to attack them. I don't know how long they expect oppressed people just to sit and just, okay, hopefully we can get this law passed. Hopefully this president cares about us. Hopefully this congressman cares about us. It doesn't work. Oppressed people are always told to be peaceful, while the oppressors are the most aggressive, bullying, hateful people in the world. So shout out to Rodney Hinton. Thank you.
Supporting a senseless killing of a man doing his job and having the audacity to speak about accountability, the same still breath claiming to be oppressed, running in a full sprint in the Victim Olympics is really just disgusting. And for those of you who are just confused as to what the hell this guy is even talking about, don't worry, we have the story. In recent news, Rodney Hinton Jr. case has sparked widespread conversation about several topics, including the justice system, race, accountability, and revenge. On May 1st, 2025, 18-year-old Ryan Hinton was shot and killed by Cincinnati police during a foot chase in a neighborhood on the city's west side. Officers were responding to reports of suspicious activity when Ryan fled and allegedly pulled a gun. Police stated Ryan pointed their weapon at them during the pursuit. In turn, officers opened fire, striking and killing Ryan. The following morning, May 2nd, Ryan's father, Rodney Hinton Jr., went to the Cincinnati Police Department with other family members to view the body cam footage of the shooting. According to reports, Rodney was overwhelmed and left early because he was so distraught. Rodney's attorney stated he was deeply disturbed by what he saw. A few hours later, just a little bit after 1 p.m., Hinton was behind the wheel of a car near the University of Cincinnati, where several graduation ceremonies were taking place. At that time, Deputy Larry Henderson, a recently retired Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy, was working a traffic post, an off-duty assignment helping to direct pedestrians and vehicles during the event. According to several eyewitnesses and surveillance footage, Rodney Hinton accelerated his vehicle, crossed into oncoming lanes, and struck Deputy Henderson with force, making no effort to brake or avoid Deputy Henderson. Deputy Henderson was thrown several feet and later pronounced dead at the hospital. Police later arrested Hinton at the scene and charged him with aggravated murder. During his court appearance on May 6th, the judge denied bond. Hinton's attorney entered a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity and requested a psychiatric evaluation in determining his mental state. Now, with the jury scheduled to review the case on May 12th, the city is waiting for answers. Here are the facts. A young man with a record of dangerous behavior is dead, and a respected deputy is gone, killed, not in the line of duty, but while trying to protect others at a public celebration. Understandably so, people from a conservative perspective, this is wrong, period. It's wrong. There's nothing intensely complicated about this person who was not able to control his emotions. This is wrong. But I'm definitely going to provide for you a couple different perspectives. People with more conservative values are bringing up the fact that Ryan Hinton indeed had a documented history of criminal activity, terrorizing the neighborhood, stealing cars, running with guns, and defying law and order overall. His shooting by police occurred during a foot chase, and he was allegedly armed and threatening. And for those of you all that have no idea, officers have the right to protect themselves. They are not obligated to die because you have not taught your sons values that keep them out of these dangerous situations. Furthermore, Rodney Hinton Jr.'s violent reaction, killing an innocent deputy, is not only criminal, it's a reflection of the lack of discipline and accountability that they had in that home to begin with. Of course, people with conservative values are arguing the fact that this is another case where family structure, particularly the absence of strong, responsible fatherhood, failed a young man, not the justice system. And glorifying Rodney's actions as righteous retaliation is disrespectful and dangerous to our country. It's an attack on law and order, and it's morally a slap in the face. And some of them are out here with the audacity of calling Ryan Hinton's death another example of over-policing in Black communities. Can you believe this? Let me know down in the comments. There are fathers out here that are saying Rodney Hinton Jr.'s actions are grief manifesting in a tragic way. So essentially not justifying the killing, but definitely contextualizing it. And of course you have activists saying the real issue is systematic, lack of opportunity, policing biases, and untreated trauma in Black community. Please, where is the accountability? The left never ceases to amaze me with their love for criminals and lawlessness. These people are out here calling him a grieving father and criticizing police. And the truth is, two things can be true at one time. One of those truths being this man is wrong. He's a murderer and he should be brought to justice. 100%. People also tried to create a GoFundMe for Hinton's legal defense. However, it was removed, violating the GoFundMe terms and conditions. However, they've reposted on a campaign, which I won't say because I will not be advertising this person's fund, and raise half of their goal of $6,000. People really out here believe that this is just the beginning, framing this killing as a justified resistance and deeply dangerous sentiment. Disturbingly, people are out here commenting, saying stuff like, well, this is just the beginning, framing this killing as something that's justified resistance. This one user stated, I need to see more white people going hard for Rodney Hinton like we did Luigi. This should be all over the internet. Girl, what? This other user goes on to say that Rodney Hinton is just as important as Luigi Maggiani. We need to rally behind both. So she just loved rallying behind criminals. Bethany goes on to say, stop killing Black children and you won't have rightfully outraged parents standing on business. Beth, are you okay? This other use me, just watch me, HC, goes on to say, first, May, Ryan Hinton, 18, stole a car and fled police who later pursued on foot. 2, officers made chase and claimed he was wielding a gun. Some articles say semi-automatic, some say a gun was found at the scene. 4 shots fired at Ryan. Ryan died. 2nd May, Rodney Hinton Jr., Ryan's dad, intentionally ran down a retired police officer who was directing traffic for a graduation, killing him, not the officer who shot his son. And people are proud of a mourning father killing an innocent man. And she has the throw up emoji and thumbs down emoji. And quite frankly, I feel her, thinking that it's okay to hurt somebody and then saying an eye for an eye when this isn't even the person who killed your son. You are not the law. And obviously you didn't teach your son any law and order, or he wouldn't have been hanging out in the streets doing the things that he was doing.
Y'all can't be serious right now. Y'all are seriously calling this man a hero. This man that mowed down a police officer that had absolutely nothing to do with the death of his son. The police officer was a retired officer, directing traffic at a graduation, doing something great for the community, right? And then this psycho decided to mow him down. And you want me to call him a hero? Just because what? We share the same skin color? Absolutely not. I want nothing to do with this man at all. I don't want to be associated with anybody that has the mentality of this man or anybody supporting this man. Talking about, we got to protect this brother. Who is we? Seriously, who is we? I am not protecting this man. I am not standing up for this man. This man deserves to be in prison. Point blank, period. That was an innocent man he took out. Innocent. This wasn't an eye for an eye. This was an eye for somebody else's eye. That has nothing to do with the situation at all. Absolutely ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous is correct. speaking as though they speak on behalf of us all. Who is we? Let's be real. Ryan Hinton was a menace. He was out here stealing cars, rolling with guns, and acting like the rules didn't apply to him. And now we're supposed to be shocked that his father ended up killing someone? Please. Quite frankly, the apple didn't fall too far from the tree. Ryan did not get that reckless overnight. And yes, parenting, especially from men, matters. If you're not setting the standards, don't be surprised when your child grows up with none. And for those of you who are saying an eye for an eye, Rodney didn't lash out at the officer who shot his son. He murdered a completely uninvolved deputy, a man directing traffic at a graduation, a man trying to protect families. That's not justice, that's just evil. And he's a coward. And you have people praising this cowardice behavior. For what? For crashing out like his son? Let me tell y'all something. Police officers don't have to wait until a gun is pointed at them. They don't sign up to die, they sign up to serve. And that includes protecting themselves from violent, unpredictable criminals, people committing crimes like Ryan and his daddy. If your son is out there waving a gun around, don't expect a gentle resolution because it's not happening. And now y'all want to make this about race. This isn't about race. It's about values, core values. Feminism gone wild, weak men, broken home. Those are the ingredients for chaos. And Ryan and Rodney, they're at the end result. And you gotta ask yourself, would you want somebody like Ryan walking next to your daughter, hanging out with her? You come home, he has a gun in his waistband, hugging up on your daughter after you come home from working, chilling with your son? I'm telling you, I wouldn't. I'm not interested. Because we all know where that path leads. And if you don't know, just like Rodney and Ryan, you around and found out. It's just very disgusting and disturbing. And the volume of Black people who are out here in the comments sympathizing with the offenders. But what about the deputy? What about Deputy Henderson? What about the man who spent decades serving the public, keeping neighborhoods safe? All he was doing was helping at a graduation, and his life snatched after 33 years of service to his community, all because another man couldn't control his emotions the same way his son couldn't control his emotions. Can you not put yourself in that officer's shoes? Or are you just that far removed from morality that you can't even recognize the real victim in this situation? Honestly, I have to know what you all think, because the dusties in these thread comments are just off-putting and very disgusting. Anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments. If this video gave you something to think about, like, share, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram, Threads, and YouTube at Conservative Black Girls. It's your girl Jada, y'all, with another episode. Make sure you take care of yourselves. All right, y'all, I'm out.